In this video, let's take a look at some of the editing tools that you have available for you to edit your audio files. First off, you've got the grab tool, so you can select a region, move it around. Then you've got the start and end points that you can adjust. And this is all non-destructive, so the audio is housed within this region and you can just change those starts and end points. And that's when you drag the bottom left-hand side of the region. On the top left and right, you have your fade in. That's the fade in there, and then the fade out. With the range tool, you can make a range selection, and then if you press delete, that deletes the space of that area on the region. So for example, maybe on this drum track, I want to remove the silence at the beginning of it. I can just select that range and delete it. And then maybe go back to the grab tool and make a crossfade slightly at the beginning of that region, just to smooth everything out. And another handy tool to show you is the strip silence tool. For example, if you're looking at this tambourine track over here, just going to expand it up and move back to the grab tool. There's quite a bit of spaces within this. If I had to go in and edit it, it will take some time. For example, you can split up the region. If you hold your playhead somewhere and press S, that splits it up. So that's one way of doing it. Press S, split, press again, split, but that does take some time, so I wouldn't recommend that. The best way is probably to use the strip silence feature. To use this, you just right-click on the region and then go to the name of the region, then down to edit. And here you have strip silence. That brings up the strip silence dialog window, and it analyzes the audio to show you where it picks up some transients and the possible splits that it's going to do on this region. And this looks a bit crazy. There's just like tons of little splits going over here. So you can drag down the threshold so it looks a bit more manageable. I think somewhere there looks good, so I'll apply that. Now it splits it up quite nicely. So now you've got a neater version of this tambourine and just big chunks of audio that you can edit if you need to. And as you noticed as well, when you clicked on a region, you've got quite a bit of different options here. For example, this will create a loop area looping that region. So it was nice and quick to set up instead of having to go to the loop markers and making it there. Let's take a look at some of the others. You can rename just this region if you want. Under edit, you can pitch shift your regions if you want to. Or maybe you want to reverse it. See how that is now reversing that tambourine part. Not that that's what I want to do, but you've got that functionality there. So that's some of the editing tools available within the region contextual menu. Now, another thing I just want to talk about is how Mixbus handles the copying of regions and crossfading between them and using different layers. So there's a thing called layers or region-based editing. Now, another thing that Mixbus can do really well with audio editing is working with regions and overlays. Let me show you what I mean by this. So let's say you've recorded in a part, but the one part isn't quite right. So for example, on this drums track here, I'm just going to use that as demonstration. This part has been recorded in, but you actually want to copy a selection from here and paste it over that. So an edit over the original part. Then what you can do is with the range tool selected is make a selection, then copy it. And then let's say you want to paste it over here. Just move your playhead there. And just another thing to point out, if you put your playhead here and you do an edit command, it's going to place it by the playhead because you've got playhead selected here. If you choose mouse, now wherever I click, it's going to paste it. But before I paste it, on this track, just right click on it and under layers, make sure that stacked is selected. Now, if I paste over here, it creates a stacked lane within that track. So I've got this one region lane and then this. Then if I go back to the drag tool and I drag this out and create some crossfades, watch how it's actually crossfading from this region into the other. And this is what I mean by region-based editing within a track. Then if you go back to layers and select overlaid, now it overlays that edit over the track. I can go in and edit those fades, start and end time of that edit, or however you want to work. So I'll leave this up to you, but it's actually quite a nice way of working. I actually prefer using the stack method so that I can see where the different edits are. But maybe if you want a cleaner look to your arrangement and the amount of tracks, you might prefer using the overlaid method. So that just shows you some of the editing tools that are available within Mixbus. I will go through some more of them as we go through the series of this course, but I just wanted to point out some of these that will be commonly used when you're working in your sessions. Now, next up, let's jump into the big section in Mixbus, and that's understanding and getting a good grip of this mixer view. Catch you in the next video.